Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are. Sorry I'm a little late, been battling allergies and flight times, but we're still here nonetheless. I'm not a big fan of cliches, but as I get older, I tend to understand what they mean. And one that I finally come to terms with is the phrase, no pain, no gain. I'm once reminded of a story where they talk about this kid in the kitchen whose dad told him to not touch the eye on the stove because it will burn him and it'll hurt. No matter how many times he told this kid that, when he left the room, then he gets up and he turns on the stove and he sticks his hand out there because he was fascinated by the fire in the eye. And he touches it and it does burn and it hurts and he starts crying. And then the dad comes back and asks him what happened, and the kid told him that it burned him because he turned on because he touched it because he wanted to see what it was and if it hurt. And dad told you, I told you it would hurt. And so now the kid knows that what pain really is. He had to experience it for himself in order for him to know. Now, what I'm not trying to say is that sometimes wisdom is not always gained by pain, but some of the most useful wisdom is gained by some sort of pain. You usually gain something through some sort of pain, like when you work out. If you don't experience some sort of pain, then you're not really building any type of muscle, you know what I mean? Michael Jordan, he wouldn't be as great as he was had he not experienced some level of pain when he didn't make the varsity squad when he was in high school, you know. He took that kind of hard, but it pushed him, you know, even harder, to work harder, to be smarter, you know, to be more than what people thought he could be, you know. There's a lot of things to be gained through pain. I know I've had my share that I've gained through a great deal of pain, even some physical. But nonetheless, we have to stay cognizant of what things are really trying to teach us in spite of what we think that they are, if that makes sense. Some things are really put in place for you to learn this specific lesson and nothing else, you know. And I've had a very hard time to learn that. It took me a long time to learn that. And even as I continue to get older, I learn it even more. So what I'm saying to you today is that the cliche phrase, no pain, no gain, it's not just for nothing. It's not just something people say. It's not just something old people tell young people just because they're older. There's actually some truth behind it. In life, you're going to experience some kind of pain, no matter what it is. The trick is to learn from it. What are you gaining from that experience of pain, from that hurt, you know? It's not favorable by any means, but in some crazy odd sense, it was necessary in order for you to get to the next level. So remember to let your pain be your motivation, because it's not always for nothing. Most of the time it's usually for something. That's something great, that's something wonderful that's getting ready to happen. So use it to your advantage. No pain, no gain. Use it to your advantage. It's motivation Monday. Let's go.